I thought I knew the person I was about to marry. Claire had been charming, vivacious, and endlessly persuasive. When she first entered my life, it felt like fate. She understood my ambitions, my business, even my quirks, and I had fallen hard, quickly, without reservation. But love, as I was about to learn, can sometimes blind us to the warning signs that whisper beneath the surface. The confrontation began on a quiet Sunday afternoon. We were sitting in my study, the papers of my business spread across the desk, and the soft hum of the air conditioner filling the silence. Claire's expression was calm, almost casual, but her eyes held a sharpness I hadn't noticed before. "I've been thinking," she began, leaning back in her chair, "about our future." I smiled, thinking she was about to say something sweet, something about the wedding or our plans together. "What about it?" I asked. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "I want your house," she said bluntly, "and half of your business. When we get married, that's only fair, don't you think?" I blinked. The words hung in the room like a guillotine suspended over my head. My house, my business, everything I had built from scratch, everything I had poured my blood and sweat into, gone? I tried to mask my shock. "Claire, that's not how marriage works. That's not fair to me." She tilted her head, studying me as if I were the problem. "Too bad. If you love me, you'll understand why it's necessary. You'll do the right thing." I took a deep breath. I had worked too hard to let someone take half of my life without earning it. "No," I said, firm but controlled. "I won't give up my home or my business. Not like this, not now, not ever." Her eyes narrowed, and for the first time, I saw the real person behind the charming facade. "You're being selfish," she hissed. "After everything I've done for you?" "I'm being realistic," I replied. "I love you, yes, but not at the cost of my entire life. Marriage isn't a ransom, Claire." She stood abruptly, the chair scraping against the floor, and I could feel the tension radiating off her. "You'll regret this," she said, voice low and dangerous. "Mark my words." I thought that was the end of it, until my phone rang. I glanced at the screen and froze. It was her daughter, Lily. "Hello." I answered cautiously, my mind racing. "Dad, is everything okay?" Lily's voice was soft, almost hesitant. There was a tremor beneath it, a quiet fear I hadn't expected. "Mom, she's upset. She says you won't agree to her plan." I swallowed hard, confusion and dread mixing into a cocktail of unease. "Lily, what plan? What are you talking about?" "I don't know exactly," she admitted, voice shaking. "She told me to call you. She said if you don't give her what she wants, things could get bad." My stomach sank. I knew then that this wasn't just about property or business. This was manipulation, intimidation, and a calculated attempt to control me through fear. The charming woman I had been planning to marry had a side I had never seen. A ruthless, demanding, almost dangerous side. And now her daughter was involved, a messenger of threats I hadn't asked to hear. I stayed on the line with Lily for a long moment, my mind racing. "Listen," I said finally, keeping my voice steady despite the panic curling in my chest. "I can't give her what she wants, not like this. You need to tell her that I won't be intimidated, and that whatever she's planning, it won't work on me." There was a pause, then a shaky sigh. "I'll try," Lily whispered. "But I'm scared. She's not herself when she's like this." I clenched my fists, feeling a mix of anger and resolve. This wasn't just about love or property anymore. This was about survival, emotional, psychological, and perhaps even physical. Claire had shown me a glimpse of the person she really was, and I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't bend, not even a fraction, or the consequences would spiral out of control. I ended the call and sat in silence, letting the weight of the situation settle around me. I realized I had two choices: give in and lose everything I had built, or stand firm and face the storm that was undoubtedly coming. And for the first time, clarity emerged from the chaos. I would not be a victim. I would not be manipulated. I would protect my life, my business, and even Lily from a world of fear she didn't deserve. When Claire stormed back into the study, her expression a mask of anger and disbelief, I looked her in the eye and spoke calmly. I said no. I told her. And that's final. Threats, manipulation, intimidation, they won't work on me. Her face twisted with fury, lips trembling, and for a moment, I thought she might explode. But I stayed calm, steady, and unflinching, the way you do when standing on the edge of a cliff and refusing to fall. You'll regret this, she spat, but I didn't respond. Her words had lost their power the moment I realized who I truly was, and what I was willing to protect. The next few days were tense. Claire tried everything. Calls, messages, late-night visits, but I didn't budge. I kept Lily's number close, checking in quietly, making sure the girl didn't get caught in the crossfire of a woman who cared more about control than family. In the end, it wasn't a dramatic confrontation or a fight that ended it. It was resolve. Claire realized that manipulation would not bend me, that intimidation could not shake me. Eventually, she left, leaving behind threats, anger, and the remnants of the person I thought I knew. As I sat in the quiet of my study, looking at the papers of my business and the walls of my home, everything I had built, I realized something profound. Love isn't about surrendering yourself to someone else's demands. It isn't about giving up everything you've worked for to appease someone else's greed. And sometimes the hardest choice is the one that preserves your life and your integrity, no matter how much it hurts. I picked up the phone and called Lily. "Hey," I said softly. "Everything's going to be okay. You don't have to worry." And for the first time in days, both of us breathed a little easier, knowing that we had survived the storm, that we had chosen strength over fear, and that no one, not even someone we thought we loved, could take away